Lesson 10, homework question number 7. A class earned the following scores on their midterm exam, class project, and their final grade in the course. Here's a table with the data points for midterm, project, and final grade. Down below, the teacher created the following two scatter plots of this data along with the linear trend line. On the left, you can see we have the midterm grade down at the bottom, and on the left-hand side, we have the final grade and our trend line in the middle of all of our data points. On the right-hand side, we have the class project along the horizontal and the final grade along the vertical. And here's our trend line and our data points. On the right-hand side, you can see that the data points are not as close to the predicting or trend line, our predicting line here, as they are on this side. This one, the data points are much closer and seem to follow the predicting or trend line much better. Our first question says, looking at the two scatter plots, which variable better predicts the final grades? We just kind of discussed that. So on the left-hand side, you can see, since this one here, if these data point actually fall on this line, it means it's an exact match. And where they are really close, they're really close to that predicting. And we can even see that here. This midterm grade, if we followed it down, this midterm was about an 80.03, probably an 80, maybe an 82. And then we come over here and it looks really close to an 82 as well. So I would say that this one is a much better predictor for us. The next question, if a student scored 90% on the midterm grade, what is their predicted final grade? Hint, use the trend line equation to evaluate. So on the left-hand side, because we're working with the midterm grade, we have our trend line here, 1.0036x minus 0.7. I typed this over here and I'm going to double check for any typos. 1.0036x minus 0.7. It's very easy to make those little typos and then everything goes awry. So double check all of your work. Then the next one, I put this over here as well just because I know that we're going to work with it on the next question, and I'm going to double check my numbers here. 0.433x plus 51.145. Those both look good. So now the question is asking if a student scored 90%. So that means that's my input here for the variable x. And I'm going to type it in here. And be careful with my typing just to make sure that I don't make any errors here. 1.0036 times 90 for the 90% minus 0.7 would give us our answer. And I'm going to double check that as I go along too. 90%, all of the numbers seem right. So I'm going to press enter, and that gives us our predicted final grade. So we can come over here and write 89.6, and then the 4 does not raise the 2, so we can just leave it, rounding it to 2 decimal places. The next question says, if a student scored 90% on the class project, what is their predicted final grade? So again, we're going to use this trend line and 90% on the class project. So that's our input here for the variable x. I'm going to do equals to get it to calculate like a calculator, 0.433. Then multiply this to 90 because that's what our input was given to us. And then add 51.145. Double check all of my numbers, make sure I didn't do any typos, press enter, and that gives us our predicted final grade for the class project, 90.11, actually 12, because the 5 rounds the 1 up to a 2. Just verify everything looks good, and then we can look at how did I do, verify our green check marks, looks good, and we can move to the next problem.